In the last episode, we built some roads here, prepared some... We didn't prepare some deforestation here. I think we deforested this bit already. We built a mine and we started building the quarry, which we actually started a few videos ago, but now we started with the resource hauling because there was a lot of stuff to remove from here. So, I guess fetch your hammer and let's play some more Banished. And I didn't do this in the last episode on purpose. Okay. So, right now I'm waiting for the next trader, and I hope it will not be the stupid livestock merchant again. He should get the message by now that we're not interested in his products. I don't need more livestock. We have all the livestock we need, and I'm not interested in more of it. I should probably put some houses over here as well. I think I wanted to do that. And now that we are almost at having a quarry, we can actually consider building stone houses again. Well, yeah, stone houses. Which don't take as much fuel to heat. So they're actually pretty decent. Let's consider building some of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have 4 stone houses. They won't be used anytime or they won't be built anytime soon because we have all the... Oh my, people dying now. Forget about relaxing in the graveyard. Where was I? Right, we have all the the builders going on here and there. So those stone houses will be built once there really is nothing else to do, which might take a while. Although I guess those guys will redistribute, so 1 will go over here and 2 will start building those houses, which is something I'm actually fine with. Also need to build a road over here. From here to, I guess, over there. Like this. That'll do. Build a dirt road. Okay. I also don't want the house over here, although it would be reasonably close to the mine. I might actually place some houses over in this little section, but they would be very far away from everything else, which is bad for keeping them supplied. Because they would have to walk all the way to the market over here to get firewood and something to eat. Because you can't just go to the hunter and pick your stuff up. You can't just go there and ask him to give you a piece of meat. I also don't think if this was the house of the hunter, he would bring food from work. So, yeah. You have to have access to the market and you have to be somewhat close to it. Anyway, we almost have the iron in store here. So let's see how that goes. We also had a few people dying here of old age. And deaths of old age are actually fine. They are not too... They're nothing to be worried about. We also have a 80% yield here already. Not as much on the cornfield, but yeah. Pumpkins are doing well. Corn is doing not too well. Beans are doing great. So we can expect a pretty okay harvest this year. Assuming the crop infestation doesn't strike us again. And I'm really looking forward to adding more food and more stuff to the things here, to the orchards. Or just more fields. I want more crops. Rosemary Lee. They sure couldn't decide on a name there. Okay. Oh, this is actually... moved out here over the button. I don't like that. Yeah, all this is actually the quarry. They're only building this little building here with a lot of logs and stone, iron. And I really like, I think I mentioned already, but I really like how you don't need the resource you're going to win from this. Like, I don't need any stone to build a quarry, and I don't need any iron to build a mine. Which is great, because it means as long as I have at least the other two resources, I can keep, or I can build this building, and I can basically drag myself out of a sticky situation. For example, if I run completely out of stones, no trader in sight, but I have iron and logs, and you should never really be out of logs. I mean, we have the gatherer, we have the forester, I mean, and you can always just designate a few trees for being cut down. So as long as you have that, you should never be completely out of logs. And that just works beautifully, and yep. I like to have... I mean, there are still plenty of options to completely build yourself into a corner and not getting out there. Pretty much you have lost the game. A bit of building, but at least in that regard you always have a way out. I'm also wondering why we don't have pigs here. Those would also be a reasonable choice for making food, I guess. Although it might not... Of course, we might just have a... maybe we have a Jewish tribe here, or a Jewish... citizen. No, they wouldn't have a chapel. I'll forget about that. I was going to say we might have some sort of religious reason for not keeping pigs. Then again, we're also not keeping bees for no good reason. So yeah. I mean, it would probably not be much food anyway. I'm not sure how much honey you get out of a beehive, but yeah. It would still be something I'd be definitely looking into if I was trapped in a foresty or in a place with a lot of untampered nature. Because if there's something you find in the place, it's insects and all sorts of them. Are they already harvesting here? Oh, it looks like it. Yep, already harvesting. The cornfield is still being worked, but I'm positive that we'll have it filled by summer. And the beans are also being harvested. So we're having a good harvest here, having a blast, and it's late summer, and we already started harvesting those in summer, so that's just lovely. I'm sure we'll have this, we'll not lose anything from those two fields here. I mean, we lost a few pumpkins last season because we had this infestation, and I just had to emergency harvest everything. But right now we're doing well. Did I build a fountain here? Yes. Or a well, not a fountain. We don't need fancy fountains, we only need wells. I do really need them, so it's really good to have at least one around if you don't have your houses directly near the river. Actually, how much is this producing? It's okay. It's doing okay. I had a few playthroughs where the fishery was really lackluster at best. It was hardly producing anything, so that's why I tried not to use it too much. Simply because it just didn't produce as much as I would need and as much as I had hoped it would produce. We also don't seem to have any fish in store. So, for the sake of having more food variety, I'm actually considering to... Ooh, a trader. I'm actually considering to build a road down here and slap down some more fisheries. Or fishing docks. But first, let's see what this trader has to offer to us. I hope it's not Athena the livestock merchant again. Watch this being Athena the livestock merchant. Did I set up a countdown? Of course I didn't, so I'll give this 7 more minutes and I'll probably have another longer episode again. Helly the resource merchant, and we don't want any of... Actually, I want coal. And stones. And maybe some iron. Aside of that, I need nothing. So, fare thee well. Okay. We also started the corn harvest here. I just realized I didn't have a countdown set up, so I just fixed that. That's our quarry. And quarries are finite, so we have a bunch of resources remaining from here. And yeah, you'll end up with a rather nasty looking hole in the ground if you use that up. I've never actually exhausted a quarry. It was never needed for me because, well, I had a very big playthrough where I had actually all the buildings. But yeah, it never got to that point where I needed that many stones or where I used that many stones that... oh wow, actually low on stones now. I guess we'll use the quarry then. Let's put in 5... Oh wow, you can put a whole lot of workers in there. What is the maximum here? 30 people. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Oh, I only want 5 workers in here for now. 5 should do the trick. They will not work too much here because this is quite far away from everything. But I'm positive it will work out reasonably well. We also have an iron mine now, which I think can also harvest... Oh wow, it actually gets... No, it's... Yeah, it gets both out of here. And I think you can also change as you go. I'm actually tempted to go with coal for now. Although I believe they use the same resource thing here, so let's have 3 miners. Okay, we're out of stones. And we are producing pollution here. No, we're not. We're actually making iron out of this. Although this is a very unclean burning process going on here. Black smoke is always a sign of a very unclean process. Which means a lot of carbon is not oxidized in the oven, and it's just being blown out of the chimney here. Or a lot of other dust and madness you generally don't want to breathe in. If it's black smoke, you don't want to breathe it in. Actually, you shouldn't want to breathe in any kind of smoke, but just a bit of an addition. If it's black, you really don't want to be near it. Yeah, work security. This is a nice, clean burn. You basically get water, steam out of it. Look at that field. It's picked completely clear. And once all those fields are picked clear, I'm going to rotate crops again. Look at that. We are still making more food. We're still getting places. Isn't that lovely? This house is actually not having enough stones to be finished. And I want to see if I can get a fishery in here. So let's build a road first. Because I'm going to place something here, and if it's not a fishery or a fishing dock, it's going to be houses or something. I'm not very picky in that regard. But let's try fishing first. Rotate this around. Okay, why can't I build them there? I could build them here. Yeah, that works. That actually works fine. put one here and one on this side. How far does this go? That's not very helpful here. Okay, this needs to be... So I would have... No, I'm not going to place that here. What's that removal tool again? I want to remove this bit of the road. And I want to replace it with this bit of the road. Okay, so we're going to build another fishing dock. Just for the sake of having another. It's not intersecting with this fishing dock's area of influence, which is just to keep them from overfishing the same section of the river. Okay. Now with those houses being done, I will probably have more workers or more children again, which will sort out this decline in free labor, in free workforce we have sitting around. We had a lot of laborers earlier in the game, actually earlier in this video, because we had this we didn't have the quarry there yet, but yeah, you can put a lot of people in here. They will just really unenthusiastically pick away at the stone here. I'm not sure if you can actually see something happening in the mine. Don't think you can. Are you a miner? You're a hunter. So I've never seen people actually do anything in here. I can't look in there though. Yeah, they just go into the mountain and don't do anything. By the way, I don't think the size of the mountain beyond the mine has an impact on the amount of resources. So it doesn't matter if I have this bit or if I had built it here. It would basically come down to the same thing. Okay. However, let's store up stones again. Well, we won't until this thing is done, but let's just store up stones again, so we have them available when things get nasty. And they will. Just rely on that. They always will get nasty. We might have a storm, we might have a fire, and we will need those stones. How much did we mine out here? 6. A whole 6 stones. Anyway, I'm going to cut the video here and I'll see you next time. Bye.